Now, in the late 90s to early 2000s, minivans were everywhere. Every street, every driveway, every car park had at least one sitting in them. Why were they so popular? Well, you could fit a lot of people in them, you could fit a lot of stuff in them, and they were cheap. But unfortunately, the minivan craze has died out, and replacing them is the heinous crossovers, SUVs, pickup trucks, just not so desirable vehicles really. But to celebrate the birth, life and death of the minivan, I think only one ceremony is worthy, and that would be a racing series. So, let's go over to my choice. There it is. This is a 1989 Bruckle Legrand VRV. Quite a interesting vehicle, nicknamed the doorstop, the cheese wedge, and oh my god, what the hell is that? It came with weird doors and sliding ones too. The slowest in the world apparently. These things are weird. They made quite a few different versions of them for different brands, and sitting under that engine is something quite unexpected. A 3.2 litre V6. That's quite the output you got there. And it's built on the same platform as the Legrand, Wendover and Lansdale, making it quite a diverse vehicle. So, let's start it up and hit the road. Very nice. Right, let's get headed to the track and see how this thing drives. Oh, the steering is very heavy. Oh, the steering wheel wobbles. Okay, this was a cheap car. Oh, Jesus, the brakes aren't very good either. Right, enough talking. Let's get to the track. And here we are at Motorsports Park. It's big, innit? Anyway, here's the lineup. First up, my VRV, the most aerodynamic car here, fitted with a powerful V6 from the Legrand. Then we have the AW Streck, a no-nonsense German MPV. Also, the fastest car here, reaching 60 in a surprising 9 seconds. We also have not one, but 2 Kashiras. Our Beta suffers from a broken head gasket and severe rust, whilst our regular Kashira is running well, with a 2.5 litre dual overhead cam inline 4, half a litre more than a Pessima GTZ. Then we have the Accomac Lansdale, which is pretty much just a rebranded Soliad Lansdale. It's also the heaviest car here, weighing in at a whopping 1,810 kilograms. Next up, we have the Bruckle VRV Mark II. After the controversial launch of the Mark I, Bruckle decided to make it look a little bit more normal. And, being the smallest car here, it should be able to squeeze through corners. Then, the Arima Hestia, my personal favourite minivan here today, sporting a tan interior and right-hand drive. Finally, we have the Gavril H15 Passenger, the only actual van here. It also has the biggest, most powerful engine, a 6.9 litre V8. Now, I do believe this is the start of something great. Just like base model racing, anyone can show up with any car and race. This means that you, right now, can go buy yourself a cheap 7-seater and apply for the MPV Championship. So, with all that said and done, we lined up on the starting line. Alright, so in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. I was off to a great start, managing to skip through to second place on the first corner. Taking the inside line here, into second. Now, when I first thought up this sport, I hadn't exactly thought about handling. Mind you, these aren't exactly F1 drivers.
Oh. Ah.
Coming into the second lap, the German Streck was in the lead, whilst I was tandem drifting with the Akamak.
Can't see anything because my bloody bonnet.
I also managed to take back second place from the Arima. As the laps progressed, so did the violence.
Oh, I can't make the turn.
Unfortunately for me, the Streck was incredibly nippy in the corners. That, also paired with its mind-boggling acceleration, the doorstop had no chance of passing. Thanks to the tail-happy Kashira, it had spun out on a corner and had no chance of stopping with my hopeless brakes. As I was stuck to the Kashira, I had lost 2 positions to the VRV and the Rust Bucket. Acting in revenge, I spun out the Kashira. I was able to gain back a position from the boxed nails, but not without casualty.
Whoa, I've eaten a bumper.
By this point, the Streck had gotten cocky. This immediately backfired when it had its first accident, and was spun out by the Beta. The Akamak was out of the race, and I had crashed into the Kashira again. I got into a massive fight with the VRV, knocking it off the track. This had ultimately battered my steering, however.
Can't see a thing.
By now, the H-Series had lost control, spinning directly into the path of the Streck. This impact left it limping down the straight. Seizing the opportunity, I slammed into the Streck, which caused it to crash full speed into the van, which in turn spun me into a wall. With only 4 laps to go, I needed to pick up the ante. With the Kashira's instinct to lose control on every corner, it was inevitable that someone was going to hit it. That someone being me, at full speed, head on.
Whoa! Oh, a head-on collision with the Kashira.
This meant that the Kashira was now out, its max speed being capped at 5 miles an hour.
Brake. Brake. Just 2 more laps in the VRV. Oh! Heavy crash. But across the line.
So, there we are. If you're looking for the ultimate minivan, buy yourself a Brackle-Legrand VRV. Cheers. See you next time.